Member statements today from the Honourable Districts of Ferryland, Exploits, Labrador West, Burin-Grand Bank, and St. John's West. The Honourable, the member for Ferryland.
Hear, hear. Hear, hear.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I rise in this honourable House today to congratulate a constituent of mine from the district on receiving the Canada 150 Local Heroes Award. Jen Howlett received her Canada 150 Local Heroes Award on Sunday, January 14, 2018, during the second annual Local Heroes Award ceremony. In the past 50 years, Jen is a very active volunteer within her community. She has volunteered her time with groups such as the Gould's Lioness Club, St. Kevin's Parish, the Gould's Winter Carnival, Gould's Minor Hockey, Gould's Daffodil Club, and many more groups and organisations within the area. Jen has given so freely of her time to many organisations and plays a big part in helping those in her community. She also delivers Christmas hampers to families in need during Christmas time. She visits the nursing homes in the area just to chat and visit with the residents. Jen is called upon frequently in the region to give a helping hand. Mr. Speaker, I ask all members of this House to join me in congratulating Jen Howlett on receipt of the Canada 150 Local Heroes Award. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Hear, hear.
The Honourable member for Exploits.
Hear, hear.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I rise in this honourable House today to acknowledge the Special Olympics chapter of the Exploits Hurricanes. Special Olympics Newfoundland and Labrador is a non-profit organization serving individuals with intellectual disabilities. The Exploits chapter originated in the mid-1980s and after declination was revitalized again in 2003 by dedicated citizens. Programs are offered to eligible children, youth, and adults. The Exploits Hurricanes have 68 athletes ranging in ages from 8 to 65 and participating in various sporting events throughout the year at local, provincial, and national levels. The chapter's coaches, parents, respite, and executives share the belief of dignity, equality, and opportunity to improve the lives of these individuals. In return, the participants in the programs transform the lives of these facilitators and make the world a more accepting place. The Exploits Hurricanes have enabled many successful outcomes at the many competitions and provides an opportunity for social interactions resulting in lifelong friendships. Mr. Speaker, I ask all honourable members to join with me in recognizing the great contribution of the Exploits Hurricanes to some really amazing individuals in our region. And as to quote the athlete's motto, "Let me win, but if I cannot win, let me be brave in the attempt." Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
The Honourable member for Labrador West.
Hear, hear.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I rise in this honourable House today to recognise our locally owned not-for-profit organisation in Labrador West, CRRS-TV. The organisation is a community-based cooperative governed on a volunteer basis by a board of directors. CRRS has grown to be a communications leader, offering the area a full suite of television, internet, and phone services to our residents since 1979. In mid-March, CRRS entered their name in the Tuned In Canada Canadian Communication Systems Alliance Awards under the category Best Content Community Channel Programming, where they submitted their coverage of King's Quest, which was viewed in several countries around the world. Winners in each category will get to take home a trophy for their excellent work and bring $1,000 back to a community charity of their choice. CRRS was notified on May the 23rd that they had won their category and would be receiving $1,000. Wow. They chose to share the donation with $500 for Faith Haven Animal Shelter and $500 for Hope Haven Women's Shelter. Congratulations to the technicians and staff at CRRS for a job well done. I ask all honourable members to join me in extending our sincerest congratulations on their win and the exemplary service they provide to the District of Labrador West. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
The Honourable member for the District of Burin-Grand Bank.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, though Volunteer Appreciation Week was recognized back in April, I'm sure all would agree there is no wrong time to thank a volunteer. Today, I recognize a man who truly epitomizes the community spirit so many volunteers possess, Mr. Kevin Pike of St. Lawrence, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I would need triple the allotted time to speak of the extent of this man's volunteerism over the years. The countless hours spent with organizations that have been impacted by Mr. Pike's patronage is truly commendable. His advocacy on behalf of others has spanned decades and generations and has touched on practically every field. From education to culture, recreation to community service, church choirs to development associations, Mr. Pike has been at the forefront in looking out to the common good, Mr. Speaker. A former councillor himself, it is obvious he has passed that torch of volunteerism to those who follow, with his son Paul currently serving as the town's mayor. Mr. Speaker, I ask all members to join me in thanking Mr. Kevin Pike for his tireless efforts in making his hometown of St. Lawrence, and indeed his province, a better place to live. Thank you.
The honourable member for St. John's West, who will need to seek leave before proceeding.
I thank my colleagues for leave to be able to do a member statement today. Mr. Speaker, I rise in this honourable House today to recognize the dedication, hard work and leadership of the Masole Shriners. As MHA for St. John's West, I had the pleasure of attending the official installation of the illustrious Sir Paul Rose and Lady Sharon Rose as potentate and First Lady of the Masole Shriners, Newfoundland and Labrador. As potentate, Sir Paul Rose provides support and leadership to 10 shrine clubs in the province with over 450 volunteer Shriners. Shrine clubs in this province are well known for their community endeavours, including helping, on average, 85 children travel to Shriner hospitals, including the Boston Burn Unit, the Philadelphia Spinal Cord Injury Unit, the Shriners Montreal and Gander facilities. They raise over $250,000 annually to support this great effort. Shriners International Awareness Day is held on June 6th every year. It gives us a time to reflect on the volunteerism, leadership, and achievements of the Shriners. Their organization is dedicated to fun, fellowship, and philanthropy. I ask all my colleagues to join me in wishing Sir Paul Rose and Lady Sharon Rose the very best as they lead the Masole Shriners this year, and in thanking all Shriners in Newfoundland and Labrador for their humanitarian efforts. Thank you.